The Sacramento Republic FC and the USL request that you refrain from tossing any objects onto the field.
If a game ball enters your seating area, please return to the nearest ball retriever or to the field of play.
Any spectator entering the field or interrupting play in any manner shall be ejected and subject to arrest.
The Sacramento Republic FC and the USL thank you for your cooperation.
Hey fans, on behalf of Sacramento Republic FC and the entire organization, we hope you enjoy the match.
The Sacramento Republic FC and the USL request that you refrain from tossing any objects onto the field.
If a game ball enters your seating area, please return to the nearest ball retriever or to the field of play.
Any spectator entering the field or interrupting play in any manner shall be ejected and subject to arrest.
The Sacramento Republic FC and the USL thank you for your cooperation.
Hey fans, on behalf of Sacramento Republic FC and the entire organization, we hope you enjoy the match.
One of the oldest clubs in the world has come to face one of the newest franchises on the globe. Rangers FC has a history that spans over 140 years. Meanwhile, the Republic FC registers just a couple of months. The historic club from Glasgow, Scotland is attempting to come back to the highest of Scottish leagues. The path to find greatness once again comes to the rough here, the capital city, for a summertime friendly. It's the old versus the new, and we are minutes away from kickoff. Welcome everybody, I'm Rob McAllister, and back off of vacation and ready for a big time match. Kevin Goldthwait once again. Kevin, I know we look at the schedule, we have friendlies, we say, wow, they look like exhibitions, but here is a chance to play one of the premier clubs in the entire world, and here they are right in our backyard.
Yeah, you said it, Rob. This club is one of the most storied franchises in all of sports, with some great history, great tradition, over 100 years playing football over in Scotland. Great opportunity here for the Republic as well, for some of the guys who don't necessarily get all the minutes during the regular season to come out and really try to impress Preki and show Preki that they deserve some of those first team minutes. So, you know, some great storylines on both sides of the ball here, and it's going to be an exciting night. Great weather here, and like I said, it's going to be a great, exciting night for some soccer.
85 degrees at kickoff, just a couple of moments away. A slight breeze coming from the south once again. It was a great draw for the Republic against Orlando City a couple of nights ago, and now they have to kind of come back here and try to mimic what they did so well just a few nights here at Bonnie Field. And they've got a tough test ahead of them here because the Rangers have come with a full squad. This is not just some of the younger teams, some of the guys trying to get some minutes here. These guys are trying to get ready for their season. They need to prove themselves once again because they want to get back to Scottish Premier League.
Right, they're in the championship division over in Scotland. It was essentially the second tier in Scotland, and you know, it's been, the last few years for the Rangers has been a tumultuous few years, but here they are now. They're essentially kind of winding down their preseason. I think their first league games in the next couple of weeks. Fitness shouldn't be a problem for these guys. They should be flying. And it's just going to be interesting to see how we can match up to against one of the most storied clubs in the world with a great history and tradition, and frankly are a great solid team with some really, really skilled players out there.
Well, it's already been fun. You've seen a lot of the blue jerseys out there sporting the crest of the Rangers Football Club all the way from Scotland. You can hear some of the accents as well. They have come a very long way to support their team here in Sacramento, California tonight. Interesting, though, we do have a big soccer game to play as well. We got the supporter groups, we got fans from both sides. Should be a fun atmosphere in the stands. But what on the field? The keys to the Republic pulling off a victory here tonight. It may just be an exhibition of friendly here, but this is a game that really, we want to send a message that American soccer really has come a long way.
Yeah, I think the one thing that Americans do so well and typically and traditionally have done really well is how hard they work. And that's something I think Preki is going to be instilling in his guys tonight, to make sure that they're working hard, they're tracking runners, they're getting forward, they're getting back, they're doing the dirty work, And especially with the kind of a new lineup again, it's going to be interesting to see how Republic can gel together quickly. And it's always difficult also to play a completely different team that you don't know much about. They play a different style of soccer over in Scotland. We play a different style over here in the States. So the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes might be kind of a feel out period to see what sort of style each team's going to kind of impose on each other. So it's always tough when you're playing these friendlies to see how and what sort of style, what formation your opposition's coming out against.
Well, Sacramento on the season is 10-6-2. They played very well at Bonniefield, 5-1-2 here. And really, international friendlies, their own one, lost to Atlas FC. Had the lead early 1-0, and then they lost it in the second half, and ended up losing 2-1 in that game from the Mexico squad. But here in non-USL Pro matches for the 2014 season, they're 2-2, and that does include that Open Cup play. They lost to San Jose, and so the other one here is Atlas FC, but they've had some victories as well. Meantime, you've had Rangers come all the way over, big long trip. They fly into Los Angeles, drive up onto Ventura County, take on the Fusion. Everyone thought it'd be a walk in the park. Really just they could show up on the field, roll a soccer ball out there, probably win. That was not the case. They got trounced and they got beat pretty bad. 3-1, a crushing defeat. And there was a lot of blame. You watched some of the internet traffic looking at different articles. They said, you know what, it had everything to do with the artificial turf. There's a little bit there. I think they had a wake-up call that they better be ready to play, and I think they got that wake-up call here. And I don't know, good or bad for the Republic, this is now a team hungry, their eyes are open, and they want to send a message all the way across the pond, as they say, that they do have a good team this season.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, they come over here. This is their first preseason game against Ventura. Might not really know what to expect coming out and playing a team like that. And once again, what Americans typically do really, really well is they work hard, and they try to be as difficult as possible to play against. And when that happens, doesn't matter how good you are, you have to match that energy and work rate of your opposition. Otherwise, it's going to be a difficult night. And the other thing, they're probably coming in here tonight, which isn't great for Republic, with a bit of a chip on their shoulder and wanting to show their fans back home that they really can perform out here in the U.S. and get some results. And it doesn't matter who you're playing. Any coach is going to want to make sure that the team's getting results. It's kind of a culture. It's sort of a contagious element to a team, and it's a part of the development for preseason that managers need to instill in their players, that you have to win games. Doesn't matter who you're playing. You have to win games.
Let's talk about two of the leaders for the Rangers FC before we get back to the Republic and break it down there. Looking at Kenny Miller and Chris Boyd, two guys who really stepped up for them. They are being leaned on to really be big-time players. Kenny Miller coming back from Vancouver Whitecap. He'll get a chance to face his old squad again, but here they are back in a Rangers uniform.
Like
They're the strikers out front, and we'll continue on with them in just a few moments as we get ready here. And soccer is about to begin here at
Our
Bonniefield
story
and in
has
Sacramento.
just begun, but our game has stood the test of time. This is a game of cities, a game of countries. This, my friends, is the world's game. A game played to the sound of chants, to the sound of anthems. This game is played to the sound of glory. We don't only cherish this game, we revere it. It is our heart, our soul, our everything. And although this game is for everyone, this club is ours. We are Sacramento. Indomitable we stand. For the Republic, we stand.
Well, we're a few minutes away from kickoff here, and as we continue this conversation here in the pregame show, Rob McKelson, Kevin Goldthwait with you. We talked before we stepped away. Kenny Miller and Chris Boyd, two guys with a lot of experience, and we know Chris Boyd, he has a long resume and really can get out there defensively. How are the Republic going to slow those two guys down?
Yeah, they're two horses up top, really. Boyd is just a big body in the box, loves to get on the end of set pieces and crosses. Great back-to-goal type forward, more of a target forward, doesn't have the best pace in the world, but he'd surprise you sometimes, and he strikes a great ball with both feet. So it's going to be a challenge for the Republic, the back four particularly, especially when we got Delbridge and Evans. We haven't seen Evans play as a center back yet this year, and here he is stepping in playing that role tonight. So Delbridge and Evans are going to need to be on the same page, make sure that they're communicating as much as they possibly can to deal with these big target forwards.
And as we move along, you also have a trialist now, Peter Gilbert, who's in that starting lineup. And that could be a switch for them as well to see how that backcourt plays are going to be tested. Meanwhile, who are you looking for the Republic to step up tonight? I would probably say for me it's going to be Gilberto. He played very well against Orlando, coming in as a sub, and got some key minutes there. Almost had a chance to score a big goal as well. Almost had an assist on that opportunity. Is he your key guy tonight?
He's my key guy. I agree with what you're saying. I'd love to see him come out here and absolutely kind of be the maestro in the middle for the Republic. I would have loved to see him do this 2 or 3 months ago, but now's a great opportunity for him to come out, step up, show Preki that he's the guy to have in the middle or on the outside of the midfield, and really want to see what Tommy Stewart can do up top. I think he's kind of coming off that hamstring still, hasn't fully integrated himself back into the team, but tonight's a great opportunity for that to happen.
Well, let's get your Rangers FC starting 11 here, and the goalkeeper will be Cammy Bell. The back four, Richard Foster, Bill Moshny, Lee Wallace, and Lee McCullough. And the midfielders, it'll be Marius Zalukis, the Lithuanian, along with David Templeton, Kenny Miller, and Chris Boyd, and then Lewis McLeod and Nicky Law to change things up as well for the Rangers. Now, meanwhile, the Sacramento Republic making his 14th start on the year, Dominic Jakubek with a 6-6-1 overall record on the year will get the starting nod as a goalkeeper this evening. Diddle Gilbert, the trialist from Wales, getting the start. The back four, Harrison Delbert, Stephen Evans. In the middle, we just talked about Christian Gonzalez, and he'll be joined in the midfield along with Gilberto, Chad Bond, Carlos Martinez, and the Cal Poly graduate Dakota Collins. Up front, Tommy Stewart, Chad Bartlome, and so these guys, I think, really of the strikers, they have played very well together, seem to be a little bit more in sync with each other, and it's interesting to see how these come out, but when those two guys are in, they seem to play off each other pretty well.
Right, I totally agree. I think Tommy Stewart and Bartlome, they do tandem well up top. You got a big body in Bartlome, who's more your back-to-goal type forward, similar to what Kenny Boyd would be on the Rangers squad. But I think that these guys have really partnered well and meshed well together. Something that you might not have been seeing too much with John and Braun. I'd like to see them combine more a little bit through the middle of the park up top. So excited to see how Tommy and Bartlome can combine tonight and make sure that they're both doing kind of, playing off of each other, really.
Dominic Jakubek got a big challenge ahead of him. He was very upset with himself at the Atlas FC match. Thought he should have had that with a couple different breakdowns late. Just seemed Atlas made the better adjustments coming into the second half and was able to get it where it was done. Now let's step aside. We'll get down to the field now for the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats and welcome Charles Allison in his rendition of God Save the Queen.
Noble Queen, God save the Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen.
And please remain standing for his rendition of the national anthem of the United States of America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
And it looks like it's about time to play some soccer here at Bonnie Field, Cal Expo. Rob McAllister, Kevin Goldthwait with you tonight. You may have noticed the Republic players wearing capes tonight. Well, it's part of the Cape Crusader night, and it's all a bunch of activities to help raise different funds for the Capes for Heroes, a nonprofit that makes cape for kids with special needs and life-threatening diseases. So we'll hear more about that. We'll talk to Matt Graham from Jiffy Lube, who's helped sponsoring that at halftime tonight. But 45 minutes of play here at the first 45. We talked a little bit about the keys for Sacramento. We want to see how these other guys step up in these key roles. And interesting to me, Kevin, is you see how they play together. I know we know so many sports are really a team sport, and Preki has got the Republic playing together and in practice, and he says they look very sharp. The first 11, they just seem to get better and better. These guys get an opportunity to see if they can crack that first 11.
Yeah, I think credit's due to Preki for getting this whole squad kind of on the same page, and we've seen it throughout the year with guys filling in for injuries, suspensions, or for poor performances. But we've talked about it before also, is you don't really see too much of a drop-off when you do have a new player coming into the lineup. And I think tonight is a good choice, a chance for these guys to really make Preki's job difficult with playing well and letting Preki know that they can handle themselves out here, and especially going against competition like the Rangers. If you can go out here and put a good performance in, I think you have the ability to go knock on Preki's door maybe tomorrow and tell him, hey, why am I not getting in that first 11? So a great opportunity for the Republic guys tonight. All right, well, Coach Preki, of course, back again. He's looking to pick up the overall 11th win on the season for the Republic. Meanwhile, Allie McCoy, who took over in 2011 for the Rangers, a big-time talent there. Now we look at the coin toss here. We'll go down to the field for that.
Yellow or white? Yellow. Glasgow kicks off.
So you hear it there, the Glasgow Rangers will kick off here from Bonnie Field tonight. So Allie McCoy took over just a couple of seasons ago, going through a lot of turmoil. And as we know, the Rangers, a very good team throughout Europe, especially there in Scotland, where he played from 83 to 98, 418 appearances. He's the 5th highest scorer in the top tier league history, and so a very good player. Scottish native, Scottish national team from 86 to 98, and big-time goal scorer. Well, we know Coach Preki, he was a big-time goal scorer as well, although they couldn't remember if they'd ever played with each other or against each other.
They had to cross paths at one point in time, and going talking about Allie McCoy, I mean, a phenomenal player, phenomenal manager, and pretty much just an absolute legend over in Scotland. And we've talked about it before. We were looking at a stat that was saying that I think there's only been 12 managers or 10 managers in Rangers history, which is just absurd to think about. Over 100 years of playing and 10 or 12 managers. So I mean, Allie McCoy, great player, great manager, tasked to bring this club back up to the Premiership in Scotland, and he's the guy to do so. I think he's absolutely qualified and has done a very, very well job so far with the task that he's been given.
Well, the referee tonight is Alex DeHadel, and then assistant will be Matt Kamenhart and Chris Hutchinson. The 4th official up here, Matthew Buckman. 4 year 4, number 18, there he is. Chris Boyd, 167 Scottish Premier League games under his belt, and one heck of a player the Republic will have to keep an eye on him tonight. And so the light blues, blue, white, and red. And meanwhile, the Republic and the red, maroon, and brown. Rangers also known as the Jurors and the light blues. So here we go. We are underway from Cal Expo. The second friendly for the Republic on the season. They lost the first one, trying to get back to even here with a victory against a very good Rangers squad who's looking for some revenge after a tough go in their first matchup with the California team. The Ventura County Fusion fell 3-1 down south. They're back up north on a beautiful night in Sacramento, and they give it away here.
You know, one of the talking points here tonight also is I think when the Rangers were down in Ventura, they were kind of tooling around with the 3-5-2 lineup. And as we see them step out right now, they're definitely in a 4-4-2. And maybe the result down in Ventura is kind of making McCoist have some decisions to go back to that traditional 4-4-2 with a poor result. So it'd be interesting to see if that stays as a 4-4-2 all night, and really how Republic can kind of match up and figure out Rangers as the night goes on.
Well, you'll see the midfielders already coming up and attacking the back four early and often. So we'll see how things settle down here. But the Rangers coming out very aggressive here. Delbridge has to track it down to the box, and he'll skate it away. It looks like there'll be a corner kick for the Rangers, but Miller and Boyd very physical, but we saw Locke come up and really play it out. They're not going to let, I guess, the back four of the Republic take it easy tonight. They're going to really have to step it up and see if they can move the ball quickly and into the midfielders and move things up. That's where Gilberto's speed might come in handy. Cross is high, whiffs on the header, and Stewart trying to track it down. Here's Templeton. Templeton loses it. Now, the Northern Ireland, Tommy Stewart fighting here. You know, he's very well aware of the Rangers. Here's a ball toward the middle. Djokovic up to grab it. And so Dominic Djokovic staring right into the sun, and it appears the Rangers going to try and take advantage of that early.
Yeah, one thing that I always remember when we were playing European clubs is 99% of the players are very, very technically sound. They've been growing up with the ball at their feet from day one. Something that we typically don't see as Americans with players not necessarily playing soccer from the age of three and four on, but European clubs always have very technical players that can strike balls great with both feet, move the ball really well, and have a great soccer IQ. So be interesting to see again once how Republic can really kind of figure out what the Rangers are going to be doing here.
Tough throw in by Foster, but the Rangers able to recover. Comes Martinez and Gonzalez as well. Now the Republic on the run. Evans coming all the way up, looking for Bartlome. Tracking it down. Here's Bond. Bond goes down, no call. He'll stay up, a shot on goal, high over the crossbar by Bartlome. Good play there by the Republic. They really set things up, waited for their spacing, hit the lanes very nicely.
Right, absolutely. I think Bartlome, fortunate not to be called offsides, but when he gets that ball, you need to put that thing on target. Good effort, good look. Make sure you challenge the keeper, especially early. Get him working, make him earn the first save, get him into the game.
Sacramento played so well, a draw with Orlando 2 nights ago. First time anyone held Orlando without a single point, so that was a big victory in itself. That team remains undefeated atop of the standings. Sacramento third in the USL Pro standings, and it has a chance here with 3 friendlies right in a row, 2 versus West Brom here tonight against the Rangers from Scotland, and they have a chance to hone their skills a tad bit more. That final stretch in the USL Pro, Kevin.
Absolutely. I think it was a great result against Orlando coming here. We've talked about it before. You play at home, you need to get a point. You have to make sure that you're not losing matches at home. And I think they did a very good job of hanging on and making it difficult for Orlando to play, and ended up getting a draw. So good result. Let's see if they can build upon it.
Great step in by Delbridge, but Republic give it right back. Now a good scoring opportunity for the Rangers, and they cough it up. And now Sacramento's running with Gilberto in the middle of the field, makes a nice move, steps over his man. Now he's running, looking for Collins. Collins gonna have to get back, comes to it, and cuts over near the box, goes down. No call, and so play on. Evans has to come up. Evans fighting for it. Steven Evans, on loan from the Timbers, made his debut in 2013. 12 starts for the reserves team, but now he's getting a little time here, originally from Portland area as well. As Dakota Collins is a little bit slow to get up, but we've seen plenty of players from the Earthquakes and Timbers getting a lot of good minutes here, and you'll expect to see them moving back up. And for Steven Evans, playing a position he's not really used to. We've seen him in the midfield a lot this season, even stepped into forward for one appearance, but here he is playing a position that is going to test him a little bit, maybe test his fitness a little bit too, Kevin.
Yeah, he's out on the right side playing right back, which we haven't seen him play it yet.
Going down is Miller, whistle close. And now he's holding his face a little bit, slow to get up. And so it'll be a free kick for the Rangers. No score here in the 6th minute from Bonnie Field. State Fair also going on tonight. Here's Miller in the middle. Loses it again. Very sloppy from the Rangers so far.
Yeah, maybe just getting used to things here. It's going to be interesting. You got Kenny Miller, you got Boyd and Miller up top, both former MLS players. I think both were designated players at their respective clubs with Portland and Vancouver. So guys with a great resume, great soccer brains, and absolutely it's going to be fun to see how these guys combine. You know, with them playing in Vancouver and Portland, they scored some big goals. It'll be fun to see them play together tonight and see how they can kind of, you know, work the ball and deal with the Republic back four.
Working it around Foster. Delbridge loses a handle on it, makes a nice slide tackle to recover. Foster's got it back. Fighting on the edge with Dakota Collins, but Kenny Miller played with the Vancouver Whitecaps for 2 seasons, 13 goals in his time there, but he played very well earlier on with the Rangers when he was with Walter Smith. Scored 67 goals in his time there. Won some hardware as well, and a header falling to the turf goes Bartlome.
And McCall is that little cog in the midfield. Looks just like a hard-nosed player, not afraid to get stick his neck in there and tackle somebody, as we see there going up in the air and challenging him pretty hard.
He was very excited to sign with the Rangers. It was the best day of his life when he signed that contract. He's got 4 years here with the team. Jakubek comes out. So here's Delbridge playing the center back position. Gilberto. Gonzalez. Republic trying to figure things out. Here's Gilberto. Had a couple of nice moves tonight. Gets around 2. Light blues. Here's Collins. Back to the middle. Good chance for Republic. Bartlome tries to dump it off and tipped it away. Rangers want an offside call.
You know, we got a handball. He's calling offsides, but I think handball's first here.
And they'll sort things out.
I don't know about that. I think the handball might have been first. Fortunate for Rangers there to kind of get bailed out.
So the Rangers get it back with a good set there. And what I like to see from there was the spacing looked pretty good, Kevin.
Yeah, Gilberto's making a couple good moves here on the touchline. Gets forward. Bartlome plays it kind of off his foot, but Gilberto stops running. He's got to keep going.
Headers high. They're trying to keep that volley going down the field. Collins.
That's the start of that.
Chest.
That's the start of that Boyd Miller combination up top.
Moving fast. The Republic looking for Stewart.
Good chase by Stewart there to make sure they make it difficult for the right back.
Templeton tries to clear it back out, but now the Rangers able to settle things down a little bit. Martinez has played very well too. Seems to be controlling it. Gonzalez here on the left wing. Second friendly for the Republic this season.
We got a lot of experience out on the field right now for the Rangers. Going to be interesting to once again to see if they can kind of make sure that they slow the ball down. If they can, with Miller and Boyd up top, you got McCullough in the middle, really kind of being an enforcer in there. A couple young guys for the Republic. But typically you don't really see that on these preseason tours. You get a couple younger guys, which one of the guys we're real excited to see McLeod out on the left wing tonight. See how he can kind of come out, finally getting fit. A lot of excitement and buzz around him. So let's see him when he gets the ball at his feet, what he can do. See if he takes players on, how he creates chances for the Rangers.
Gilberto pops it up. Templeton able to find it. Getting physical out there with Boyd and Evans.
Bond
and
goes
like
in
a
hard there,
bell.
and we get the call.
And Boyd has just been all over. He is really starting to, seems like, impose kind of his will out there. Wants to make sure he gets that space, gets there first. And the one thing, I don't know if you people watching notice these matches, this is probably about the fastest tempo we've seen between two teams. I mean, both these teams are moving very, very quickly, trying to make those passes a little bit quicker. You'll probably still a bit more mistakes from it, but I guess you might open up and get a chance for a shot on goal.
Yeah, quick pace so far, and I think Bond right there just making his presence known.
And
Offside.
there's Stewart, and he was way offside.
Yeah, well done by the back four for Rangers. Holding tight, communicating, no gaps really. Good idea though. I like the little late run. Maybe it could have been a little bit more delayed by Stewart to try to keep himself on side, but good idea.
Tommy Stewart, Shamrock Rovers, 12-13 season, 11 goal in 42 matches there. He did start with the Linfield FC Northern Ireland, and he's a big-time skier and golfer. Now a chance for the Rangers. Jakubek comes out, sliding, picking it up, and making a good run at was the Rangers. A little bit of changing things up. Jakubek may have caught one a little by, but he's able to come way out of the box to take this one away.
Might have caught a boot or something on the brow of his nose.
Jakubek has played very well. Jake Gleason has been very dominant ever since he took a knee to the forehead there. He has played very well.
You know, the good thing about Jakubek in there, I think a knock to the head like that might straighten him out a little bit, so he's not afraid of a little contact back in the box.
Both goalies have been hit, so Gleason not even suiting up tonight. He's getting some rest. And Gilberto playing with it, going against McCulloch.
So there we see his talent. Now we need to make sure we do not get forward. Get forward. Great ball.
There's Stewart. And one thing we've seen a lot from especially Foster, as soon as he sees it, he kind of sucks back up. He seems to be gambling there a little bit. It almost seems that the Republic can take advantage of that here.
No, when you're doing that, when you're holding your line as a back four, it's a dangerous game you're playing.
Waiting for the step through. Delbridge comes up.
Well done by Delbridge. But it's a dangerous game you're playing. You're almost playing a game of chicken. And you know it when they're in, and it's not us. That's one of the worst feelings in the world, to see the linesman keep his flag down and start sprint to the end line as someone on the opposition's go one-on-one with their goalie.
So Richard Foster, a 2-year deal with the Rangers, and he played with them in 2010, 2011. But you know, it was a team that he watched growing up as well, and was very excited to join this team. And you know, he was the 7th player really to agree to the free agent to agree to terms with the club. And he's back there to be a big part of their future in the next couple of seasons here. He's a guy they want to have things settled down on that back four.
Yeah, you want guys that have played together many games. So if you can get consistency in the back four.
Chad Bond comes in and just puts the hurt down.
Yeah, he'd be fortunate not to walk away with a caution here. Looks like ref's going to his book, though. 2 hard tackles, though, by Bond. Making his presence felt absolutely out there. But now he's got to be, if this is a caution, he's going to need to make sure that the next 80 minutes, are going to be conservative for him. I think he's been on the ball twice and hammered 2 guys.
So number 4, Chad Bond, taking things personally. Templeton was on the receiving end of it. Here's Foster now.
Yeah, he's looking for Boyd and Miller up top.
Off the hand of Bartolome, didn't get calls. He spun around, tracking it. Is Collins. Collins with some nice work there. Working his way up is Gonzalez. Rangers just let it go down. Nice ball by Collins. Didn't get it, but it worked out well for him. As hesitating was Foster. And then you go talking about the physicality between these two teams. They've been playing quick, and I guess you get knocked a couple of times. People will think twice about going after a ball in the middle.
Right, with the way things are going right now, you know, we're 15 minutes in. Another giveaway by Bond. Kind of sloppy here the last couple of minutes, but it's Scottish. These guys are going to be physical, and I think they're gonna like that. Boyd up top. Boyd loves a little contact. Miller does as well, and I don't think McCullough is going to be afraid of too many tackles either.
It's interesting, just the pace from 2 nights ago. Orlando City, both teams really in sync, moving. You had the first 11 for Sacramento just seemed to be gelling so well. There was such a rhythm to the game. Where here we are tonight, and it's really all over the place. It's almost like too much caffeine for both teams. I mean, you really can see everyone trying to settle in.
It's the first 20 minutes of your friendly. Guys kind of feeling each other out, not necessarily comfortable yet with where they are in the field, with where they are in the match. Good step by Boyd.
And there's Gilbert. Just a trialist stepping in from Wales. Looking for Gonzalez. Gonzalez had to backpedal. But just coming in today, Peter Gilbert, 30 years old, trialist with the Birmingham City.
Well-traveled, looking to hook on with another club, continue that career.
And a miss there. Delbridge has to save it. Your Coach Preki right now, what are you looking for, Kevin?
I want to see somebody in the middle. I want to see Bond make sure that he can get control of things, win those 50-50 challenge, give the ball to Gilberto, and let him do the difficult stuff going forward. Let him do the creative stuff. But love to see some combination players, a chance back post.
And headed away by Gonzalez. So back comes Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah, did the necessary thing there. It's always tough to concede a corner in that situation, but you can't let the ball go, as you don't know what's really going on lurking behind you. So it's tough to concede that, but it's the right play to do.
Sacramento looking for a different line. It almost is an I formation here from the Rangers. A lot of pushing and shoving going on between Delbridge and McCulloch. So those two getting a little pushy. Referee.
This is going to be a physical game, so get ready for some cautions here tonight. I think this is exactly what Republic are going to need to do. They're going to need to fight back when they're kicked and pushed and pulled. They're going to need to make sure that they can handle it and deal with it.
Templeton on the corner keeps it low. Gilberto steps up perfectly and takes it away, and will send it down the field.
Well done by Gilberto there. Templeton knows he put a poor ball in there. He's got to beat that first man. He's got to get over that first guy's head. He knows he put a poor ball in.
Bartolome getting aggressive, nearly takes it away, and they'll send it back to the goalkeeper, Cammy Bell. Cammy added in 2013. He's hoping to become a real regular on this squad, and well, you can't miss him. He's probably got the brightest outfit out there, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Templeton with a nice ball, working it into Law. Law stepping with the left foot, headed away by Delbridge. Delbridge trying to prove his point. He wants to get back in that 11. He was taken away. Mickey Daly. Here's a chance for the Rangers. They're deep into the box, crossing it over, stepping up again is Delbridge. Now Bartolome with a back hitter.
Yeah, we got to track our runners there.
But as Harrison Delbridge got the promotional start, here's a takeaway and just slipping and falling, but would have been a great ball had Tommy Stewart on the right flank. That could have been a golden chance for the Sacramento Republic.
We get some managers stepping up, shouting at some of their guys after that.
Volley stays up in the air. There's Delbridge again.
And one thing to think about here, if you're Rangers, which I think something that they typically do and they work on, is they're going to be playing balls up top in the air to Boyd, and he's going to have some of the midfield runners running right in front of his face, across his face, and a little knockdown's what he's looking for. They just did it a few minutes ago with Law running right through the face of Boyd. Gets through, plays a good ball forward, but that's going to be something that Republic need to be wary of tracking runners as the ball's going up top. Good ball in here.
Vaughn tried to slip it through. Tommy Stewart had it deflected before he could get a toe on it. Now Delbridge as Boyd gets behind his man. Boyd looking. Boyd comes out, a little tap to the right side, and they're able to thwart the attack by the Rangers. Somehow they were beaten every possible direction. Jakubek had to come out and try to make a play, and I think you can all breathe a sigh of relief there. There's no shot on goal from the Rangers, and they'll kick it from the corner.
Yeah, Delbridge was kind of caught sleeping there. He didn't really know where where Boyd was. Great ball into Boyd. He was just tiptoeing that offsides line. Was onside, it looked like. Fortunately for the Republic, Jakubek comes out strong and makes a good save.
Miller right in front of the box. Here's a kick by Templeton, and headed high. Gilberto tracking. Law trying to shield him, holds on to the leg, and another takeaway by Gilberto. He's out running. This is where he works best, showing his speed. There's Collins. Here's Stewart. Stewart's got to try to get it down. Stewart with a shot on goal. It's still playable. Trying to get there in time is Collins, and he just couldn't do it. Great ball by Gilberto. Good shot by Tommy Stewart to keep it low. It just didn't find the net.
Gilberto, that's exactly what you want Gilberto doing. He's getting the ball from the back, working it forward, plays a great ball to Stewart on the back post. Stewart takes a great first touch, strikes it on frame. I think ideally, another positive movement by Gilberto.
Got the call there, a little give and go, and Gilberto has really played well from Orlando City, moving it on into this match here,
Let's see if he can continue this. This is something you want to see for 90 minutes. You don't want to see this for 10 minutes and 20 minutes during matches. You got to be consistent. It's got to be frustrating for Preki to see what this guy can do, but he can't do it for 90 minutes. He's got to put the full game together, because he can do it. He's a very, very skillful player. It looks like he might have taken a pretty solid knock here.
And he's holding his right ankle, I should say, on the turf as they try to get things going. He really has been the brightest spot for the Republic so far tonight. And losing him would be a big loss for Coach Preki and the Republic, especially because they're down a few guys. I mean, this is not where you have your full bench. I mean, you're trying to make sure that you keep these guys healthy. You have another match on Monday against West Brom, so a lot of guys get minutes here, but they're also expected to play 90. And when injuries fall, that can really be a big problem. As look here, trying to set up a replay here for you, as this was the corner by Templeton, and we don't get it there, but Gilberto made a nice ball over the top for Stewart. Stewart looking with a great pass, and the rebound would have been nice too.
Great shot, far post by Stewart. Would like to see Dakota Collins be a little bit more aggressive on that follow-up. It looks like he kind of put the foot off the gas there, slowed down a little bit. If he would have continued, I think he might have had a tap in.
Headed high, looking for Delbridge. Looking to track it down is Martinez.
A decent ball in by Bond. I think you're going to want to see that driven a little bit more rather than floated in the back post. Looks like Gilberto's getting back in here. Looks like he's fit, which is a good sign.
little bit of a turn on the ankle. Looks like he'll be okay. Big supporter group right behind the throw-in. Headed away. And they're going to keep it going. As we settle things down here, Rob McAllister, Kevin Goldthwait with you on this beautiful evening in Sacramento. And don't forget that you can visit the USL Pro fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/USL Pro. And the 22nd minute here. No score between the Rangers from Glasgow, Scotland. Playing some nice balls here deep into the attacking third. Delbert has done a nice job of sitting back there tonight. Gambled a few times. But holding at bay now. He's got a pretty big task with Boyd and Miller. Going up over the top, and it was Dominic Jakubek who just leaped a tad bit higher and was able to grab the ball. Republic, though, back on the defense again. Pushing hard as Templeton. Berndo sends him down, no call. He gets right back up. Collins pushing. Great ball, but no one in the neighborhood.
Jakubek knows better there. He comes out strong, does a good job, picks the ball out of the air, but he's got to keep the ball. As soon as he plays that, they're right back down our throats, and we got guys kind of not necessarily tracking their runners. That's a difficult situation. That could have been a lot worse. And here's a little break for Law.
Law settling in, started off so well the first half of the season for the Rangers and really trailed off, and he has made a big vow to come back and play the entire season as strong as he did. He said he had the first 2 or 3 months of the year was the best he'd ever played in his career. And for Nicky Law, that's saying a little something. He's kind of had a learning curve, he said, but you know, he was a big-time player. 43 appearances, 6 goals. So 2 seasons prior to that. So here's a guy they're going to count on this year. And now a great chance. They kick it in from the corner. Bond sends it high, but it's still in play for the Rangers.
Yeah, I like that ball in there. McLeod just serves a hard ball, maybe about a foot higher would have been perfect. I like seeing that from them, though.
Bell settles it. Over the top, trying to get Jakubek to trace, and he does. Pulls it in. But Dominic Jakubek in the Lodi area getting some pretty good times. He has served as a very good backup to Jake Gleason, who has watched his goals against average really drop in the last 3 or 4 matches for Jake Gleason. And Jakubek has been watched a little bit, but now he's got a chance to prove what he can do again.
Good step by Bartolome there. Let's see if we can keep it.
Just brought down, and so that'll step right back up for Collins.
Yeah, that's a good foul by McCullough there. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Jakubek on the year line, 1.16 goals a game. Bartolome gets behind. Tommy Stewart trying to make a break. Working toward the end line, sent into the advertisements, and they'll give it right back to the Rangers.
He had Stewart there. First time if he plays that, rather than taking that big, heavy touch. I think Stewart's making a good run on the near post. He just put it right on the ground, right in front of him. Would have been the right decision there.
Tower Bridge Battalion strong again tonight, right behind the goalkeeper, Cammie Bell. Big supporter group for the Rangers as well. They're in the corner, a little bit quieter, but they've definitely let their voices be heard.
Yeah, we've got Orange County Rangers supporters, San Francisco Rangers supporters group. We got a few medley of cities coming together here supporting Rangers. Got to be exciting for them to see these guys play here domestically in the States and in California for that matter.
Well, they have quite a following as well as Tommy Stewart tries to get things down. 150 supporter groups in Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And this is a team that has really drawn some fans. A record 118,000 back in the late 30s, and then 143,000 for a match in 1948. I think this is a team that's got quite a bit of a following. I know the 60s and 70s, things were, you know, when at the top of the game there for the Rangers, they were drawing 20, 30,000 every single night.
You know, for all those unfamiliar with the Rangers and Celtic rivalry, it's probably one of the greatest mean, on the short list for greatest sports rivalries of all time. You have the Old Firm, as it's so fondly called and remembered, but it's one of the there needs to be a 30 for 30 documentary on it, because it's just phenomenal what happened in the 80s and 90s with, you know, Mo Johnston, one of my coaches when I was playing in Toronto, was the first or second player, I think, to play for both sides, and it was just a huge deal. He might have been one of the first openly Catholic players to play for Rangers. So it's just incredible, the story and history and tradition behind these clubs. And if you're not aware of it, look into it, because it's amazing, and the history it's phenomenal.
Well, you don't wear orange and you don't wear blue if you're in the different neighborhoods. I know there's a big to do with that, and you know, really it stems back so many years ago, and it's been such a great rivalry. But obviously there's been a little chip with it here lately, and see if the Rangers, who have pretty much dominated, and there's a fight for the ball. Winning it is Bartolome, and Bartolome with some nice moves into the box, looking for a streaking teammate, which would have been Martinez. Not able to get there in time, but as you said, this big-time rivalry, you look at all the trophies, 117 overall and 142-year existence. I mean, it has been something special there in Glasgow, Scotland.
Yeah, in the last few years, obviously, the Rangers have seen better times, but here we are today. They're working their way back up, hopefully be in the Scottish top division here in the not too distant future.
Here's a cross, header, and sent.
And really kind of renew that rivalry.
Here's a ball right back toward it, trying to take a big shot out. One was Martinez. Too high, just got him too much on his back foot.
So we're talking about just how special this rivalry is with Celtic and Rangers. And, you know, trying to compare it to something that we see here, just, you know, imagine if a certain religion of a player joins a different team. It's more than sports. It really was back then in the 90s. You think that Johnny
Damon going from the Red Sox to Yankees was bad. This is a much bigger deal when you talk about changing squads, especially across town. Great headed up frontward to Miller. Miller trying to find some space. Evans trying to clear him down. Walking it up, McLeod. He'll clear, try to set things back up for the Rangers, who are pushing here hard in the attacking third. Loses it there, and just a flub by McLeod. Rangers cough it up. The Republic will take that any time of day. Law working hard, get the big steal. And now Jakubek and Evans, who settles it. He'll just send it right back out of play. But a couple of mistakes by the Republic here. They're giving balls a little too easily to the Rangers.
You want to see Bond take that ball in a half turn there. He's kind of got his back closed off to the field. If he turns just 45 degrees, turns his shoulders, he can kind of peek over the back of his shoulder and see who's coming, what sort of pressure is coming. Instead, he just kind of closes off his body and pressure right up his backside and a turnover. So I want to see him kind of take that ball on the half turn, really.
Fighting for it, Templeton. Looking at a double team. Gilberto on the give and go. Templeton, a little back slap to Law. Law just outside the box and flubbed on the shot. Still fighting for it. Miller trying to make his way into there. Gilberto, a little over the top. It's fancy. I don't know if it seemed to work there at that point in time, but you know, that 3-1 loss to Ventura County, the Rangers have definitely settled down here a bit, and they knew they were going to have a tough test as they were looking at this States Canada tour that was going to span a couple of weeks. As Evans tracks it down, and they saw with the U.S. men's national team against Ghana, drew a game against Portugal, lost to Germany 1-0 and 2-1 to Belgium. But Richard Foster, number 23, the fullback for this squad, he said, you know what, we're definitely going to see, it's going to be a wee bit different, but we'll definitely get a good test here. And those are definitely his words, because I don't use we in any sense of the imagination in that form. But interesting to see, and they got that test. They kind of maybe knew a little bit. I don't know if they knew it was going to be that tough for them, but here they are. It's a scoreless match, 31 minutes.
Yeah, and they were kind of like we were talking about. They were tinkering with their lineup a little bit, going to that great ball.
Here's Stewart. It's going to be a track race. Moschini able to get to it in time and out to the end line. And where will it go? And looks like it will be a corner.
Yeah.
So
Moschini, great tackle there. Otherwise, Stewart's in one-on-one. Looked like he had just enough pace to kind of get his toe on that and play it back. Fortunate for them, only conceded a corner kick here. So let's see what the Republic can do.
The 6'3" Frenchman able to get there just in time. It could have been a nice ball for Tommy Stewart. Here's the set. Ball is high, and it'll go to the other way. Too much grabbing and shaking here. So we move on to the 32nd minute. Still no score. Beautiful night here at Bonnie Field. Kevin Goldthwait, along with Rob McAllister here with you. The fair to our left, the Carnival. Cammie Bell, the goalkeeper, taking some time. Let his players set up a little bit here. Probably both sides need a break. It has been a quick pace here this evening. Ball gets through over the top Delbridge, off the chest of Gilberto. It's good to see Gilberto get back up. Played so well in those first 25 minutes. Really gave Sacramento a couple of good scoring chances. And if you look possession-wise, it's about even here. I don't have an official time here, but if you just kind of look at things, it's been pretty close here, Kev.
Yeah, both sides putting some good things together, some bad things together, giving away a few simple balls. But you know, here we go. The game's getting kind of felt out. I think it's just fun to watch right now. Miller and Boyd up top. They run off each other so well. Whether it's Miller going up or Boyd going up, one of them is right around the face or in behind, and they're always on the same page. It looks like these guys have been playing together for a long time. If I'm a Rangers fan, I think that is something exciting to see developing with these guys up top.
Sends the ball way far and high and onto the top of the tent. And really don't understand the point there. It looks like you had pretty good possession of the ball.
Yeah.
Jakubek will get a new one. Soft kick, Bond getting pressured by Law. Law takes it away. Now Jakubek's going to have some trouble. Cross over the middle, couldn't play it well, was Boyd, and Sacramento get a break there. Keeps it on the ground. Jakubek dives to the turf and able to slide and save a goal. But oh my, Kevin Goldthwait, that could have been a very easy goal, just placed by Boyd.
No, we were just talking about how Bond needs to receive the ball in a half turn, and once again, he's facing his own goal. He can only see half of the field. He needs to turn. He needs to make sure that he takes a peek over his shoulder to see what kind of pressure he has. He's getting himself into a lot of trouble. Fortunately, we're bailed out there. Looked like Boyd takes a pretty poor touch. Open net, essentially. So it's a gift for the Republic to stay 0-0 here.
Well, Nike's a proud sponsor of USL Pro. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Just sending it way deep over the top. Jakubek will pick it up. We've seen a little bit now. We've seen the speed of Miller and Boyd, the two strikers for the Rangers. Sacramento has gotten beat a couple of times, but have got a couple lucky breaks. Motioney able to take it off the chest and try to push this back forward the other way for the Rangers. The light blue is now really starting to get out and run a little bit. Here's Foster.
Here comes their outside backs. They're kind of coming up now. Let's see if they can get involved in the game in the attacking third.
Well, that's what they try to do, that 3-5-2, almost put them in a little bit of a wing situation. Back goes Templeton. Temple's deep in the box. Dominic Jakubek with another save.
Yeah, the Rangers aren't making the right runs in there. It's a great run going in by Foster to get that service in, or excuse me, Templeton. Great ball in by Law to find him, too. Fortunately for the Republic, not necessarily the best runs in the box by the Rangers. Looks like Boyd was pretty frustrated. Might have wanted the ball cut back a little bit. But here we are, 0-0 still.
And David Templeton is trying to put his stamp on the game a little bit. He was named after one of the most famous Rangers of all time, Davey Cooper. His dad, a big-time soccer professional fan, and was a professional himself. And named after the midfielder who played 77 to 89, had a slew of goals, 49 on the year. So big thing, though, for Templeton, he was a big Celtic fan growing up. So he's wearing the wrong jersey today, but I think he's happy to play. Here's Bartolome showing some speed. Bartolome still fighting. Tracking it down, coming all the way over is Wallace. Gets probably the first touch of the ball he's had tonight. Cross, Motioney sends it high. Still a chance for the Republic's Bartolome. Headed, and Bartolome just pushed him a little too much underneath. And here's the back shot. You can see a couple of the carnival rides behind the goalkeeper. Fun atmosphere. I guess if you're up on those tall swings or on a roller coaster, you get a couple of glimpses of a soccer match as well. It might be a little dizzy spinning trying to watch.
You're not going to be up there too long.
I think I've noticed here tonight, Kevin, we've seen a lot of volley. We've seen a lot of ball up in the air. Any tactical? Is it just the way it is tonight?
I think that's just the way it is. It's the way the game's kind of played over in England in the championship, same with Scotland. They get a lot of balls sent up forward, try to track down, get that second ball, which is why it's so vital to have a guy like Boyd up top and Miller up top that can win those balls, knock it down, find the right flick on. I mean, I'm having a great time watching these two guys combine up top because they do it right. And Boyd's the cog in there that really kind of starts how the traffic's going to move. Here's a good little move forward.
So Miller working. Coming to help, collapsing Evans. Ball sent high. Templeton will try to make a attempt at a shot, headed again, and Djokovic with a one-handed grab. So Gilbert, Delbridge, Evans, and Gonzalez, they sure have been tested tonight. And here's Gilbert, the trialist.
Yeah, good work again. Wallace is getting up that left flank.
Gilberto moving left to right.
When he has the ball at his feet, we are dangerous. We can keep moving the ball through Gilberto.
He's quiet, but here's Stewart with a goal, looking to make a move. Goes to his left, sends it high, and turning around is Bartlome. Watches it fail over his shoulder, but keeps it near the box.
Stewart recycle his run. Stewart's
And
right back in there.
and Collins missed it. Bond tried for it. Bartlome's still here. Bartlome sends it high over the crossbar. Good look from Sacramento.
Yeah, that might
had multiple chances.
That might have nicked the crossbar. Bartlome's shot looked like it had a big swing by Collins, a swing and a miss almost. But what I love to see is Stewart, when he makes that run outside, serves the ball on the back post, it goes wide to Bartlome. Stewart's the first one back, right, recycling his run right back into the middle of the box, waiting for a second chance. I love seeing that.
The Rangers here playing with it. McLeod. Bottom of your screen is Foster. Moving it up. To Lucas. 38 minutes as we embark here now to the 39th. Group still staying loud. Their supporters have not seen a Sacramento goal in quite some time now. They're ready to let loose. I think there was a beer fest going on at the State Fair today too, Kevin, so I'm sure they're having a little extra fun on a Saturday night.
Singing a little louder, staying a little warmer.
Well, I was worried about, there's so many games here. Is the Republic tracking down just the next 2 weeks here? They'll play 7 matches in 15 days. That's nearly a match every other day. And, it's quite a schedule for these guys to keep that up.
That's a challenge. That's a big, big challenge.
How does Coach Brecky settle this all down as Tommy Stewart makes a play on it? Now they're in the attacking third. Waiting, shuffles right, looking for Gonzalez.
Move the ball, move the ball.
Here's Gilberto looking for some space. Gilberto just takes it. He's just going to wind up and send a shot, but far right. So for Coach Brecky, how is he going to balance this? I mean, you've got not only a match here tonight, but you've got one Monday, then Friday, and then Sunday again.
Yeah, it's just balancing the squad, making sure guys are, their training schedule this week. It won't be very rigorous. Make sure guys are getting in the ice bath, stretching, staying loose. And it's really about managing the effort and energy that guys are exerting. Pressure this. It's a tough ball back to a goalkeeper on his chest.
The Rangers were really pressuring the back four when they would come up with it. Sacramento hasn't really done the same, but they've done a nice job of probably winning the match in the middle, and probably led by Gilberto tonight.
He's dangerous. Whenever the ball's at his feet, the Republic are dangerous, but he just needs to figure out a way to not get lost for 15 to 20 minutes at a time. He's got to stay involved. You see him now, he's kind of hanging out with the back four. You want to see him pushed up.
So Moshny and Stewart's been a nice battle I've seen tonight. The Frenchman in his 9th professional season going against number 10 Tommy Stewart for the Republic. Those two have really been battling tonight. It's interesting to see how that will continue. Little tap off looking for Bartlome. Bartlome scoots it in towards the net.
Yeah, two guys with both a lot of years under their belt, experienced players.
I'll tell you what, a very vocal Allie McCoy, big-time scorer himself. He hasn't seen his team score very much on this trip to the United States here in California. 1 goal here in almost 3 halves.
Center back needs to deal with Boyd there. He's coming up, taking a touch unchallenged.
Boyd is big, 6'1". He's got a big, stocky frame.
No, he's a load. He's very difficult to deal with. And honestly, I don't envy Delbridge or Gilbert tonight, because I'm sure they're going to be walking away with this game with a few bumps, some elbows, some knees.
Working right, working left, takes away the Republic. And nice slat tackle by Law. Collins trying to move up the field on the left side here. It'll be at the bottom of your screen here, Gonzalez, who will throw in. And Foster is on the ground here.
Yeah, it looks like he's grabbing his ankle. There's going to be a sub here.
And we may have substitutions. He might be done for the night. So Foster would be a pretty big loss. And it would be Sebastian Farr who would come in. The Frenchman will check in, and he will replace. So there goes one of their key guys in the back. Foster is gone. And Sebastian Farr, debut with the Rangers.
It looks like his hamstring down there. Foster done maybe his left hamstring. That's what the training staff's working on right now. It's not a good sign for him. He's kind of coming to almost the end of the preseason, and to pick up a knock this late is not fun at all.
And Farr is a French played on the under 20 national team. Here's a corner kick, Templeton. Crowd getting into it, movement by the Rangers, and the whistle blows, and that'll go against Scotland.
Calling some soft stuff in the box. There's always pushing and shoving. You just kind of got to feel out the referee, how he's going to be calling things, and it looks like he is not going to be letting anything go.
It's gotten a little tighter. I would definitely say the whistle has blown a bit more, and the pace has settled down a little bit, and still not a great flow to this. It's almost like the Atlas game. There was really just a weird flow to these friendlies compared to the normal USL Pro matches.
Yeah, and I mean, the big concern right now, if I'm on the Republic, especially the back four, Delbridge and Gilbert, they got to make sure when they're set pieces, they're not grabbing, they're not pulling. Just do the hard work, stay in front of your man, make him run through you, because it's going to be potential for a penalty in the box with a happy referee here blowing his whistle.
Alex DeAngelo, tough assignment on these friendlies, and for these referees, it seems it's always just a little bit of a different match. A nice move by Gilberto, fancy footwork, pops it up and sends it over the hip, and now he's sending to the sideline, and they're gonna call it? Are they gonna call some time? What are they calling here, Kevin?
Calling a throw in here. Looks like it might have rolled out of bounds first.
So they're throwing a throw in, so he blew the whistle, didn't give the direct call.
Gilberto needs to get that ball off his foot a little bit. He does the hard part, flicks it over the defender, runs around him. Like to see him play it, get it back, move around, move the ball a little bit. Good run by Miller here.
Nice move.
Wallace, great
pass.
overlap.
Into the middle.
Final pass.
Again, Republic stepping up.
Good overlap, great run by Miller into the channel. Get Wallace overlapping, serving the ball, and Republic does a great job of making sure that the forwards are accounted for, clear the ball out, regroup.
Appreciate everybody watching, and we also want to thank David Nickel watching all the way from what appears to be Scotland. He says it's 3 a.m. there, so we appreciate him stepping up and staying up late for us. Here's a great move by the Rangers, working the right side into the middle again. And running that right side was Farr, who just checked in. He was looking for a window, had it for a brief moment, and it closed. And Sacramento now with a counter.
It just looks like the Rangers' runs are a bit stagnant. Stagnant in the box.
Here's Loss settling it down for the Rangers. Interesting to see too, Kevin, as you watch both these teams. It almost seems like they try to impress each other a little bit with their footwork. Gilberto may have started in the last 3 minutes to the extra time here, but yeah, you've seen a little bit more fancy footwork, almost a little display here.
Yeah, the Brazilian, that's what he does. That's what he's grown up doing, playing on the streets.
It's catching for everyone, though. I think everyone's getting a piece of it. Ball sent other way.
I'm more of the old school blue collar fan. Get it done simple and efficient. A to B. Gilberto's more A to C, to E to G, to B to Z, which is great to watch, and it's a fan favorite. He's doing bicycle kicks in the corner, flicking the ball up over guys, which is exciting to watch. Let's see if he can stay involved in the game a little bit more and be that playmaker, the maestro in the middle. Send some balls over the top to Stewart, to Bartlome, send Collins in, and then get back up in the attack when that ball's played forward.
dying down just a tad here tonight. Boyd trying to send it over. And a late whistle thrown.
See, this is a problem with that. This is called an advantage. He played advantage, gives the ball up to Boyd. Boyd takes the touch and plays it down. All of a sudden, that's not advantage anymore because he kicks out of bounds. Something I don't necessarily agree with.
So it looks like it'll be Law. So Lucas right below him in the quick start. We saw both these teams not wasting a single moment earlier in the match. They've slowed down a little bit, that they were ready to get this ball going, see if they could catch someone sleeping a little bit. They haven't been able to do it. Both teams have given up great chances near the net. But defensively, both teams have been able to step up just a tad. A little fight for it. The Rangers win it.
Yeah, it looks like there's three minutes of extra time here, so we got about a minute and a quarter left. And this is where Republic hasn't been the best end of game situations, and here's a good break right now.
Rangers settling inside the box. Gilbert was there, but running right side as we saw Boyd again just plant himself there. McCulloch was right there as well. Got behind. There's really only one Republic to beat. That could have been trouble had that skirted through. McLeod with the corner from the far side. Sends it through, a pretty good balls. Punched away by Jakubek, and now Republic trailing.
We're breaking.
Moving the other way. Who's going to run with him? Collins is all alone. Tommy Stewart in the middle. And Bont far right. Evans as well. Collins toward the middle. Nobody home. Evans played a little bit soft, but wins the ball back here against Law. Tried to beat Moshny, now goes to the middle, right off the chest of Moshny. But just that tad second too late there, and that could have been a great setup for the Republic.
Collins just shows his athleticism there, absolutely runs by Wallace. Wallace and Collins are both hands on the knees, kind of sucking wind right now after that run. But Collins, like I said, shows his athleticism there, moves the ball forward, gets a good cross, and would love to see someone kind of crash in that back post, following Collins up from the counterattack.
Corner for the Republic,
Touch
Law
and hit.
sends it. And here's a big skill. Get it down the net! Martinez waited for it and sends a beautiful bender into the goal, and Sacramento takes a 1-0 advantage in the 49th minute.
There you go. You get that ball on the top of the box. It's something you dream about. We've talked about it before. It's so hard to settle that thing down and calm yourself, and he strikes it with the inside of his foot rather than putting his laces through it. Curls it right in the upper corner. Phenomenal finish right there, and love to see this happen. We've struggled, Republic has, in the last few minutes of halves, and here we are scoring goals. Yes.
And here's the bender right back in the net, but that will be the whistle blown as Sacramento does it again. Octavio Guzman did it in a win a few weeks ago here, and now again, number 20, Carlos Martinez. And here, let's watch it one more time as he got it out the rebound, set at the top. We've seen Lopez do it earlier this season, but Martinez, again, with a beautiful ball that skipped right in there, just the top of the circle, 18+ yards out, over the fingertips of Cammy Bell, and the Republic strike first.
Yeah, he caught that nicely off the half bounce. And that's a tough ball to keep down below the crossbar as well. When that thing when the ball's kind of bouncing up like that, it's so easy to blow that thing over the crossbar. But just a clinical finish right there, fun to see, and great to see us get on the board 1-0. And I tell you what, Ali McCoy is not going to be a happy manager in that locker room. Would not want to be a Rangers player getting an earful, I'm sure, at halftime. So we'll see what happens and see how these guys come out for the second half.
Well, a great view. Here's the Carnival, the State Fair, and I'll tell you what, those on the swings right there, we saw a pretty good goal from Carlos Martinez. What a strike that was. And the young man from San Pedro, California, able to send it into the back of the net. Perfectly placed ball. It dropped well. He stayed on front of it. And for the first time this season, Carlos Martinez has a goal. We're going to step away for a quick moment. We'll come back. We're going to talk a little bit about what we got going on here at the Cape Fork Heroes program. We'll talk with Matt Graham, that is coming up in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Kevin Goldthwait, Rob McAllister. It is a 1-0 advantage for the Republic here at Bonnie Field in a friendly against the Rangers from Scotland. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
taste of the season at Rayleigh's, Bel Air, and Nob Hill.
Hey Dad, I got an A in algebra.
You're excited about soccer, and so are we. CBS 13 and CW 31 are proud to be the official TV stations of your Sacramento Republic FC. So we understand why you have soccer on the brain.
At UC Davis, the lives we touch inspire us. One team, one choice. One UC Davis.
Bonnie Plumbing, Heating, Air and Rooter Service. Your premier home service experts and proud founding partners of the Sacramento Republic FC. Bonnie, making fans since 1978.
I was looking for a health plan that could give me more value for my money. That's why I chose Western Health Advantage, and so should you. My family has access to a wide network of quality doctors and services, so I have peace of mind knowing that we have the coverage we need and we're ready no matter what happens.
Discover the advantages at westernhealth.com. Western Health Advantage. Advantage you.
Well, Sacramento holds a 1-0 advantage here at halftime, but as we take a break here, Rob McCallum and Goldway with you. We have Matt Graham from Jiffy Lube joining us here tonight, and it's Cape for Heroes. And Matt, thanks for coming out. You enjoying the match so far?
Absolutely, it was a great game. Nice trap, top shelf goal, and extra time there to go into half. So looking really forward to the second period.
Now, Capes for Heroes, what is this all about, and what are we talking about here? I've seen some of the players wearing some of these capes. So what is this for?
So basically, really like to get involved with the community and the kids. And just happens that my own son goes to UC Davis Children's Hospital. Long story short, we came across Barbara, who has Capes for Heroes. Her son Maddox has autism, so she started making capes. We worked with the Republic and the corporate sponsorship people, got the custom capes made for the players to go on with the kids. A lot of the kids are from UC Davis, as well as some other charities around have illnesses or disabilities, and the capes, give them a little encouragement, empowerment. And then the proceeds from the auction go back to make more capes for kids at hospitals and other local charities.
It's probably pretty cool. I mean, these kids you just talked to, they're wearing, obviously, professional athletes, and they're wearing the cape, and they get to wear it next. Does that kind of give them a little sense of, something special?
Yeah, it was really touching, because I heard a mom say to another mom as we were down the sideline there that, her son kind of got to be the star for a while. And a lot of these kids have gone through some tremendous journeys with their health and a lot of hospital stays. And so for them to kind of share the limelight on the field with the players was a huge boost and something we'll never forget. So we're very happy to be a part of that tonight.
Yeah, it's great, I think, getting the kids out of the hospital, getting out to an event like tonight, beautiful weather, come out to a soccer game, see what's going on, walk out with the professional athletes hand in hand. I think it's got to just be a special night for them to kind of have the spotlight taken away from a negative aspect of the life, put onto a positive aspect of their life. So it's just great to see Jiffy Lube doing this stuff and partnering up and making sure that these capes it's just a great positive event all around.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, and that's what we try to do. We always try to give back to the communities. I mean, soccer has, I don't know, close to 100,000 kids in the local greater Sacramento area playing youth soccer. A lot of our employees' kids play soccer. I played soccer. The Republic's inaugural year has been phenomenal. The fans, the buzz, the energy, and to bring a kind of charity, a superhero that's also kind of larger than life along with what's going on here, we just thought was a perfect fit.
Yeah, it's a perfect fit. It meshes so well with what the Republic do day in and day out, and I think it's just great all around to see the kids smiling, walking out, which I think's just got to warm a lot of souls here in the stands tonight as well.
Yeah, and not only that, but as a parent, as a child with special needs, the parents get a little limelight too.
Gets a little dusty out here.
Hard work and all that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty emotional.
That's awesome.
And so it's been a great night, and everyone's having fun back there in the area with the Capes and the kids.
And it was a little bit of a struggle because this was supposed to be July 4th, and then there's a massive fire, and everything kind of. Were you worried this wasn't going to go on as planned?
No, we were always in contact with the people in the Republic, and Erica and Brent and everyone over there does a wonderful job. And so we were in touch. We knew we'd get a makeup date, and they're wonderful people. And they've top-notch, first class. We knew, and so we had it, 2 weeks later, but that's okay. And sometimes things happen.
You need a superhero to put out the fires, I guess. Right?
Exactly. That's just great irony. So, but it looks like the auction's going on right now. So hopefully we'll raise some great funds, and we'll see a W here for the Republic in the second half.
All right, that's Matt Graham. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the match.
Thanks, Rob, Kevin. Have a great night. Take care.
All right, there's Kevin Graham there. So we're about a couple of minutes away here from the start of the second half. And a great play. And we had a great shot by Carlos Martinez. Just took a nice little pause, scored the goal. No assist on that. But as we look down to the numbers here, looking at fouls, 9 versus 7 from the Rangers to Sacramento, and then you had the corners. Bosco had 6 compared to 3, so they really had a little more chances for it. And shots, Sacramento had 8, and that really made the difference there, I think, Kevin.
Yeah, that last one obviously with in extra time, 2 or 3 minutes into extra time, and just a perfect first touch and a great strike on target, finds the top corner, just a clinical finish, puts Republic moving into the locker room, feeling really good about themselves. Now they can build upon this and see how these first 10 minutes, if I'm Preki, I am harping on the first 10 minutes, how we can come out, make sure we're solid as a back 4 unit, maybe even a back 5 unit, making sure that there's no mistakes, and the first 5 to 10 minutes are going to be critical here for the second half if we want to get a good result here.
And so it appears that for Sacramento, they'll come out with the same 11, so that means Jacobek and the goal box, and Gilbert, Delbridge, Evans, and Gonzalez for your fullbacks. Then the midfielders, Collins, Gilberto, Bond, and Martinez. And then your 2 forwards, Stewart and Bartolome. So out come the light blues a little bit late out onto the field, Kevin. As you said, that was a concern because, well, for them anyways, they probably get an earful from their head coach, Ali McCoy, who just saw a goal skirt through in the final minute in extra time there before the end of the first half. And so the fair's going on. It's a carnival-type atmosphere here, a little bit of excitement, and finally we see a Sac Republic goal. It took a couple of halves, and really that was almost 4 completed halves without a goal for the Sacramento Republic. They're able to get it in, a great ball by Martinez, and you saw it there, you said perfectly set up, right outside about 18, 19 yards out, and he just put a perfect foot on it.
Yeah, great finish. And here we go. Something the Republic needs to worry about here also is, I promise you, the Rangers are going to come out screaming here. Going to want to they have a point to prove now where they're down a goal, 45 minutes to go, coming out of the half. And they're going to be flying. They're going to need to make sure that they can come out here and really try to put some pressure on Republic. And I would imagine a high-pressure mentality is going to be instilled with the Rangers. And they're going to be coming out screaming. So it's going to be fun to see the first 10, 15 minutes.
And so we'll get to your official substitutions. But it appears we do have a few. As one, I can tell you right now, looks like Ian Black is checked in. And he was with EPL Blackburn Rovers, but never played. So he is a center midfielder, so he will likely be in there. Looks like he might be in for McCullough, but we'll check on that for you as we get things going here. As the start of the second half, as things start to go away, as the Sacramento Republic try to hang on to this lead, see if they can extend it here a little bit for you. Kevin Goldthait, along with him, I'm Rob McAllister. And a beautiful night here in Sacramento as we pause a moment and set things back up as the Rangers get things going. Rangers in blue, the Republic in white. Rangers came out so aggressive. Maybe McGregor as well. So out they come fighting. Gilberto fighting again into the midfield. Here come the Republic on the streak. Looking for some space, trying to get back, working it in, and Rangers close in nicely. As Lucas able to cut things off and get it right back and turn things around.
Yeah, good ball forward, good movement forward by Bond there. I like to see that going forward. Fortunately, just a bit of a heavy touch in the end.
Miller working against Delbridge near the end line. Back out to McLeod. McLeod to the middle to Law. Law has some space. Law looking to take a shot, turns around, blocked by the Republic. A second ball sent wide and away. But great job is staying home. It appears sitting in that box was Gonzalez, and he was able to tip things away just a bit. And so here are the official substitutions. As we have Ian Black, he comes in for David Templeton. And so Templeton is out, and along with Darren McGregor, the 28-year-old, he will check in, and he will replace Motioning. So a set piece here, Kevin, once again. And we've seen 8 corners, now the 9th one for the Rangers this evening. And they've gotten awfully close to making something big happen. Whistle blows, and they're going to set things back up again.
Republic need to get 2 guys out there. They're only sending one defender. They need to make sure they have 2, otherwise they're going to have a little...
Looking for a quick hit. Sends it high, far, across, into the net. The Rangers come back in a hurry, and they strike. Darren McGregor, who just came into the game, has scored and has tied things up for the Rangers.
Yeah, great ball served in. McGregor gets up high and just pounds the ball into the back of the net. You know, they've been threatening, and here we go. Finally found a little crack in Republic's defense, but we just talked about it. They need to be solid coming out of the half. You're conceding goals too easily in the worst parts of matches where if you're a solid team, you're not conceding goals in these times. So once again, Republic have something to deal with, something to work on. Great finish by Rangers, though.
So McGregor walks in, and within moments has added a goal here, and it's all tied up now. Law pushing. That's what happened to Sacramento against Atlas. They scored the first and then got a little bit lazy. Back on their heels, maybe lost a little concentration.
So again, great counterattack opportunity here. Let's see what we can do. Move the ball.
Tommy Stewart working it around. Ian Black checking in, playing the midfield position. From McGregor, 10 years in the professional ranks. Played that header pretty well. Great corner, so the 9th corner for the Rangers, finally catching up. Wallace down at the bottom of the screen. Law with the forward header. And Gilbert pushes down, and looks like Miller may have faked that one a little bit. And here, let's take a look at that goal here. As header just slapped it right in. Bartolome missed it.
Bartolome's got to do better there. You can't let your guy have a free header. If you're marking that, if that's your responsibility on the set piece, you got to make sure that you're putting a body on him. You can't let him get up, get a free header like that on target.
Black in the middle, Law. Rangers have really spread things out now, showing their speed. Working from the right side, keeps it on the floor. Gilbert. Rangers still pressing. Gilberto now going to try to move it up the field. Wins the ball, loses it, right back to Black.
Gilberto dribbling on top of his own AT, trying to beat a guy. Eesh.
And Black moving forward. Winds up but thinks better of it. Bartolome loses it, and again, a little sloppy here from the Republic to start things off in the second. Law with a big cross. Jacobek comes away with it.
Yeah, Rangers are coming out strong. They're flying like we talked about. I'm sure that goal put a little bit more wind in their sails, feeling probably pretty confident right now. Republic need to get their foot on the ball, slow things down a little bit. 1 and 2 touch.
They've won the possession so far tonight. I mean, or the second half, I should say. They really putting the pressure back on Sacramento. Bond with a little bit of a flip, nobody there. Has to head it back to Bartlome. Bartlome now trying to go. It seems it almost just Sacramento just trying to push it forward without any real look about where that ball may be going.
Yeah, they're panicking a little bit on the ball. When you have it, take your time, take your touches, slow it down. No need to really just slam it down the throat of Rangers. Keep the ball, move it around.
Here's Miller.
Miller's made great runs all night, just being a pest up top.
Delbridge going one-on-one here. The mark, and they're now going
here
to
he
get
is
behind
again.
him. Miller with the little tap, and it sends it far wide. Jakubek may not even have seen that.
Yeah, Miller's just one step ahead on both sides of the things here. He's moving, working hard, chasing balls down in the corner, clears the ball, gets them to clear the ball out for a throw, and he's the first one running back. Cheeky little move behind the defense, and gets a good crack on target.
Look at the frustration on Dominic Jakubek's face.
It's just laziness by the Republic defenders. They got to make sure they're tuned in when the ball goes out of bounds. Don't take your breather until you get your shoulders right and you're tucked back in.
Double-digit wins already for the Republic this season, but they've got a couple losses I know that Coach Preki has not been happy with. And he expects, from number 1 to number 24, expects them all to be good. Little nice ball here. Stewart trying to trick. And Stewart goes down to the box, but it was after the ball was sent. Evans picks it back up. Now the Republic trying to settle down, but a nice step through by Ian Black.
Great ball in by Martinez there, trying to find, I think it might have been Bartlome or Stewart moving forward. Nice little touch on it, not too heavy.
So number 8, Ian Black, has a cap with the national team in 2012, 17 career goals in total. Here's Law, working the trim. Gonzalez with the pressure. Seems that the energy that this place had buzzing just a few moments ago is completely gone, Kevin.
Yeah, that goal just sucked the energy out of the stadium. It's the Republic's job now to get it back in, get the fans excited. Go, step now.
Here's
take the counterattack opportunity.
Sacramento comes away with it. Streaking Bartlome. A header, he'll have to go back and get it.
Slow it down a little bit.
Gives the Rangers time to come back up. You're gonna try to just squeeze it all the way through. And it almost seems that the Republic are trying to do it by themselves. There's really no team play right now, Kevin.
Yeah, they're pressing.
Plenty of time left still. The 54th minute.
Exactly.
And as we saw, Sacramento can score within the final moments. They did so right before the whistle blew at the half. And now they're kind of letting the Rangers impose really the tempo here, really control this match on their home turf where they've been so good. Spread out here, Evans the mark, gets past him. Gonna try to tackle, set it aside, McLeod. McLeod loses Gilberto, now gonna try to take it himself. Finds Bartlome, and Bartlome just a step too late. Great step up by McGregor, who just scored a goal about 8 minutes ago. Chris Boyd has been chatting with the referee, Alex DeAngelo, for most of this night. And they're going to take a little bit of time here and get things going. Evans to throw in. Works the trim. The open space comes flying away as Lucas.
Good ball by Evans there. Spread the field.
Over the top. Working is Gonzalez. Gonzalez finds a hole. Tommy Stewart looking for some room. He is swallowed up into the corner there, and will try to spread things back out again. A little flip over the top looking for Collins. Nice header by the Rangers, but Republic still in possession of the attacking third. One way left, one way right. Goes left and loses it. And so Sacramento gives it away. And the one thing that maybe they were a little hopeful for was getting Tommy Thompson back tonight, but he may be back in the starting lineup on Monday. We talked to him before, and he just played 2 matches with the under-20 U.S. men's national team, and almost had a chance for an assist. It was a great cross against Australia. Ended up with a draw, no score in that one. But the men's team coming away with the championship in the tournament there. So Tommy Thompson, the local product, not likely to play, could come in as a sub tonight, but we'll probably see him in the starting lineup on Monday. But a great experience for him, Kevin.
Yeah, that's a great experience. You play with the U20s, that's a pretty big deal. He seemed pretty excited to say, that was the first time he put on the U.S. shirt. And I think anybody that does that for the first time, probably a pretty special moment in your career. And one, hopefully, that he kept that jersey and puts it in a special place. Because it is a pretty big opportunity and a great honor to play for the U.S. at any level.
There's a left-footed Wallace. Good ball to the middle. Still high, and
I think there might have been an elbow there. Boyd has sharp elbows, and he's not afraid to put them up there.
I think Gilbert got hit in the head as well.
And it's not malicious by Boyd. I think that's just what you're taught. He's, a target striker, back to goal. He gets his arms up. He's strong. He's got that wide frame.
And it's Gonzalez.
Unfortunately for Gonzalez, he might have caught the bad end of that deal.
Good for the Republic to win that ball. That was a nicely placed pass. It's right on the middle there, and it was waiting for Boyd. And so he'll come off the field for a moment. And looks like Jack Levacion is standing up, warming up. A couple other Republic players as well, including Tommy Thompson. So not see if we'll see substitutions quite yet. Adam John is suited up as well. And they'll give it back to Jakubek to get going here. So Gonzalez checks out okay, no cuts. He'll walk back onto the field. Sacramento trying to swing momentum back in their way. They've lost it a little bit. The Rangers scoring right out of the gates, getting aggressive as Evans. And I guess for Kevin, we talked about just staying mentally sharp, and really the first part of the second half, Sacramento didn't really do that. What would you like to see out of this team? I think first half, I think they played well with the Rangers. I think they hung in there where they needed to, got those scoring opportunities, got some pretty good shots on goal, but it's been a little bit of a different tale here in the second half.
I think someone needs to step up. Good tackle.
And there is Gonzalez, who just went down a few moments ago, gets Law.
Whether it's Jakubek, Delbridge, someone in the back needs to step up and really start taking accountability for what's going on in those the starting minutes of the half or after we score a goal. Really take initiative and accountability for what goes on. And, once that happens, I think the rest follows. You got a lot of young players out here that kind of are looking for some leadership. And maybe with Jakubek having the experience that he does, I'd love to see him kind of start shouting at guys and really making it his responsibility to be the leader and to make guys aware and tune them back in when they do tune out.
Here's Delbridge way up into the midfield. Law pillows it, brings it down. Quick header. Sacramento fighting.
You can see it looks like Law, Boyd, and Miller are combining really well. And once again, we talked about Miller and Boyd. If you're a Rangers fan, you got to be pretty happy and excited to see that. And then also seeing Law. There's a great run by Law.
There
he is. He's off, though.
And there's Law toward the net. And Jakubek nearly got run over by Boyd.
Looks like Law might have been offsides there. But it was a great run. It looked like it might have been played if it was just a half a second earlier. Law might have been in. But it was just a great run from the outside right midfield, streaking across the face of these guys. And it's a tough run to deal with as a center back, with that run coming from the outside, kind of peeking in behind you. And you really got to make sure your back four is communicating and talking as those runs are coming behind you.
And it looks like Jesse and Levacion will come into the game here.
So the referee's losing control a little bit, trying to reinforce his authority as he's pulling out a card for somebody.
And gonna go against the Republic. And it will be Evans. So Evans is tagged. And now we have a couple of substitutions. And so Collins will come out. And that will be Gabe Gissy to come in. So Gissy, one of the younger players on this team.
Yeah, Gissy's got some pace. Looks like they're going to put him out on the left side, just see if he can run up down the flank. Hopefully he wreaks havoc.
And then Jack
on far over there.
And Evasian will come in. So Evasian comes into the middle. So 2 midfielder changes here for the Republic. Gabe Gissy, 2012 Player of the Year for the New England Revolution Development Academy. Had 15 goals. We haven't seen him much so far this season for the Republic, but he's getting a chance in a friendly against the Rangers.
Yeah, let's see where.
There's Black's kick.
That's a poor ball.
Evasian just checks in, header into the arms of Jakubek. But a very testing moment there as well. Gabe Gissy just playing in his 4th match for the Republic so far this season. Over 104 minutes.
Looks like they're moving Gonzalez. Republic's moving Gonzalez to the right side. Evans is tucking back into the middle of the field, playing with Gilberto, and then Evasian going out on the left back. So a little bit of a shuffle there of players, getting Evans back into his natural position, as well as Evasian over on the left side as a left back. You know, Gonzalez has played well today too. And to have a player where you can play on the left side and the right side in the back four, it's a good little tool to have in your back pocket.
And we see Evasian, who had some time playing as well against Orlando City, matched up very well in the draw there. And here's a yellow, and that will go against Farr. But it's a little switching around, and defensively, Coach Preki maybe want to see something a little bit different. Typically, we've seen the changes really come up in that front pair to try to get something going. Gilberto has a chance. He gives it right up. Here's a good opportunity for
Jakubek. Well done.
the
That's
Rangers.
smart.
Great header, and you can see steaming down your way is Boyd. And Chris Boyd is no small man, and that has got to be a place where you've got to be very decisive, and Jakubek played it very well.
Yeah, that's the right play there. Very decisive and exactly how you need to react. Didn't hesitate, came out, won it cleanly. Smart play.
Gilberto working. Gonzalez, who moved up. Gonzalez, a little flip, looking for Bartolome. Bartolome trying to fight and win it. Hits the turf, so does Stewart. And Republic may have won one there, so a great free kick here, maybe a chance for a good set play from Sacramento. They've been pretty good right up that middle there, Kevin.
Yeah, I'd love to see Rotor on this ball, obviously not playing tonight.
No matter what sport it is, anytime you bring in guys who typically aren't a group together, it's always interesting to see how they can step up and play. And tonight is no different. That pace always seems to be a little bit different, but this could help them. Gonzalez, great ball, header. Sails away wide.
That was a great ball. That's exactly where you want to put that thing at. Runners crashing that back post. Goalie can't come out. It's a little bit too far for him. Good ball in by Martinez. And love to see guys fill in for your traditional, you know, Roro taking that traditionally. Seeing guys fill in that role and serving good balls in. Stay deadly on set pieces. It almost becomes contagious for the team and becomes a big part of your identity. And it's tough to when you lose that guy taking that set piece, but it's phenomenal to see Martinez coming in and filling that role nicely.
And that was Gilbert with the header a moment ago. Miller comes up. Boyd now fighting for it. Now Boyd has a lane, just has to beat Delbridge. Finds a teammate, it's Miller. Miller tries to get right back. A little swifty move off the heel of Delbridge, and it is Jakubek who makes a nice play on the ball to come to his right side and pick up.
You know, as a center back, you always love seeing the forwards getting frustrated, slapping their thighs, and it looks like that's what Miller and Boyd are doing right. They're getting frustrated, which is credit to our center backs, Gilbert and Delbridge, for doing a good job making those two nights difficult. And so far, they've done a good job at it.
Tommy Stewart trying to leak down the lane. Gilberto from the middle. And that's where you almost want to see Gilberto go with it.
Right.
Evasian looking for the middle. Bartolome, a little tap to the right side. Gissy. Gissy working right. Gissy with a shot on goal. Just missed the far post. A good turn and shot. And was it deflected? Maybe a corner kick here for Sacramento, and it was.
Yeah, good positive movement forward by Jissy. It's kind of his first introduction to the game. Takes a good ball, good trap with the outside of his right foot, takes a few touches and tries to slam one in the back post. Fortunately, deflected out for a corner kick as a Republic stay on the attack.
Jissy just graduated high school on June 11th, mind you. Here's a header, Delbridge still up there. Zalukis goes down, and that will be a whistle. So, you know, in here, you know, what you had a keynote speaker probably at your graduation at Christian Brothers. Well, was it President Barack Obama? Because that's who Jissy had for his.
That's pretty special.
Pretty astounding. And got to shake his hand and get his diploma handed to him by the president. So I think Jissy's keynote speaker probably a little bit better than ours.
POTUS making an appearance.
And here we are. So a change for the Republic. Alvis Powell will come in. And change for Boyd. Now he will step out. And to replace him will be Dean Shields. So number 22, Dean Shields. And Gilberto comes out. So Gilberto is out and Alvis Powell in, but that means there'll probably be a little bit more shifting around. Or will we see Alvis stick around the middle?
You know, Gilberto was grabbing his hamstring about 5 minutes ago. I wonder if that's got something to do with this substitution. But he has kind of vanished once again. We haven't really seen him in the second half at all.
And so, no, they're going to move this up here. And here is Powell. Powell working right. Or is that maybe Padilla? That does not look like Powell out there. That is not Alvis Powell. So that is on loan. That is going to be Padilla. As we pull out our substitution, it is Jesus Padilla. It did not look like Alvis Powell. As Alvis Powell has a leg injury. Nice ball sent over the top. Looking forward is Stewart. So Padilla and Jissy getting some time as well. And Gilbert, so three guys who have not seen a lot of minutes with the Republic so far this season, getting in there right now. And Coach Brecky having a quick word with Padilla. And Padilla, just a trialist, was with the Atlas when the FC was in town and had a chance to get some minutes there as well. But as a trialist, you know, Kevin, here in the friendly, they're getting some minutes here. So I guess what you do with them is a pretty special and, I guess, great opportunity for them.
Yeah, you know, you're thinking probably you have 20 minutes left to go here. Just go blow out. Just go run. Be difficult to deal with. Try to be proactive when you get some touches on the ball.
Barlamake, nice move off the chest. Now he's toward the middle, poked away. Miller again, new front step now. Ball way outside of Evasion, and Jacobek's going to come out, and he's going to send it across the Jiffy Lube sign.
Great run forward by Law again. He's making it difficult for Avicien's got to track him back and does a pretty good job at doing so. Fortunately, ball wasn't that nicely played into him, and we clear it out for a throw-in, and here we go moving forward again.
So Boyd and Miller played so well together, but now it's Shields in there. Whistles continue to blow, and then one thing, the referee, Del Angel, has really kept it a little bit slower pace. He has not allowed them to get those quick throw-ins that we saw earlier in the match.
Yeah, he's running a tight ship out there.
Evasian trying to send it over the top, and now the Rangers on the move. Dumping it off to the left side, looking for a shot on goal. Sent high, still waiting for it. The Rangers looking for a chance, and it is cooked away.
Republic gets bailed out again, and here they are back down our throats once again.
Law, the shot on goal, a tap, and just misses the inside post. Miller with a great turn, but Jacobek couldn't even react in time for that one. That would have been a great goal by the Rangers defensively. The Republic catch another break.
You're not going to catch too many more with these type of players out there. You got to make sure that you're locked down in the back again. Can't give the ball away easily out of the back. You got to be difficult. Be simple. No square balls in the back. Move it forward, and see if we can keep it for a little while and pick up second balls here maybe.
Looking for Bartolome. Evans comes up sprinting. Padilla. Padilla played pretty nice against Atlas from Mexico a few weeks ago. Quick throw in, a turn. Miller. Miller's going to try to beat Gonzalez on the left wing. Gonzalez goes down. Delbridge with a sliding tackle and able to concede a corner, and I think they'll appreciate that after Miller had turned the corner and was headed for the mouth of the goal.
Yeah, Gonzalez defended well, and Delbridge is doing his job covering. As Miller gets by him, he comes out, makes a great tackle, concedes a corner kick. Let's see how solid we are defensively here.
There's a set, far and high and wide. Whistle blows before the ball even touches down. And will they reset it?
Yeah, he's calling.
McCulloch.
He's allowing them to retake the kick here.
McCulloch was very upset, threw his hands up. He thought it might have been on him, and here is a chance for the Rangers again. Set play, first ball high, second ball not gonna be, as the Republic will get it back. They continue to keep a watch in the middle of the pack there, and all these corner kicks are really going for naught.
Yeah, not really sure what happened. Linesman raised his flag on that one. On the opposite side of the field, maybe he saw a foul. But once again, they're calling things tightly in the box, and players need to make sure that they're aware of this.
Law in the middle circle, keeping things wide here tonight. The pace is slowed down a little bit from the first half, where it was kite quick left and right. See the ball in every other direction, and now the teams have settled down a little bit, trying to find a pace here. It's all locked up at one.
Jeez, he's got to keep him going that way. Can't let him outside of you there.
McGregor scored for the Rangers. It was Gonzalez for Sacramento. And Delbridge is trying to earn his spot back into the
well distributed
first 11.
there.
Here's Padilla. Padilla's again out trying to run a little bit, showing some speed. Waiting for Gonzalez on the right side. Tommy Stewart's in the middle. And here's a bend here toward the net. Nobody was there. Good defensively, and another substitution. Here's Adam John in for Tommy Stewart. So a little bit of a change-up. We'll see how Bartolome and Adam John can work together. We're seeing that John and Braun combo a lot. And that'll be it for Tommy Stewart tonight.
I think Stewart put in a good performance tonight. Tommy always makes really good runs into the channels. He's a smart, intelligent footballer, and seeing him tonight, I think he just showed it again, making those runs into channel, checking at the right time, showing at the right time.
Evans, a little low. Sacramento trying to settle it down, trying to make a better chance at it here. They've been a little sloppy. Now with some new substitutions, how will they play it? Great ball from Delbridge. Evans, back to Padilla. Padilla working the touchline, and Padilla just loses it. Takes it away is McLeod. Trying to counter. Now Law again. Law punch it over the top, and no offside call, but Jacobek
Communication.
able to come off the line.
Communication again through the middle of the park. That's just a silly giveaway. Fortunately, a little heavy on the pass, as Rangers are pretty much breaking free through the back four.
Great ball by Jacobek, trying to find Bartolome. Chissy was running the left side. Gilbert. Sacramento starting to get a little more in sync with each other here. Here's Gonzalez looking for Padilla. There's Bartolome, but it's still rolling. Padilla has a chance here. Here's Sacramento. Here's Adam John. Run in the middle here was wide open, and this is going to be back to the Rangers. Sacramento just cannot seem to turn that corner there. They,
good little combination play there. I think Bartolome plays it heavy out wide to Gonzalez. and concedes, gives pretty much, does what he can, but unfortunately the ball comes right off his leg and goes out for a throw-in for Rangers. But, they almost did a pretty good job of breaking through there, and that final pass just wasn't the right pass. I think the decisions there need to be a little bit more solid.
And for the Rangers, I mean, this is a team that, we try to lock up. There's another substitution. It is a messy board here, I can tell you down that. Is now checking is Kyle Hutton, and he will replace McCulloch. So McCulloch out and Hutton in. So Kyle Hutton plays the striker and the midfield. And so Hutton played on the under-19, under-21 Scottish men's national team. Has some chance there, but Kevin, what we were saying before the substitution is that this Rangers club, very talented. I mean, they went 33-0-3 last season, and trying to continue to move back up, trying to get to the Scottish Premier League, and they're going to be playing this year the Scottish League One Championship. And they were led by John Daly, who scored 20 goals in 34 appearances. Not out here tonight. They've got to find some new scoring, but with Miller and Boyd, they may have found a very good combination.
Yeah, they ran through the league last year. I think this year is going to be a bit of a more challenge for them. I think they're bringing in some good pieces, bringing in Miller, bringing in Boyd, who are going to be fun to watch. And I think they combine very well up top. So once again, we talked about that earlier, but it's going to be, there's another unnecessary giveaway.
They just signed McGregor, and he's shown his worth already with a goal here to tie things up against the Republican of Friendly in Northern California.
Yeah, they're doing what's necessary, I think, to really kind of cement the ability for them to move up to the Scottish Premier League, hopefully next year. Definitely have some work to do. Need to get on those winning ways, but hopefully tonight Republic can kind of keep them
thinking twice at least about their season ahead, as that starts next month for them.
Absolutely.
Ian Black has just kind of been a pain in everyone's side since he checked in, and just a late ball and no card or anything thrown, and actually they might come out here. And looking at Ian Black, he's going to get a warning. So here's the throw in, but interesting too with these two matches we talk about, the one on the field, Howard McCoist and Preki, two guys who scored quite a bit back in their day. We know Preki so well from Everton, and clearly the MLS, winning the MVP, leading the league in scoring there. But McCoist, he played 418 plus matches in the top tier league and one of the all-time leading scorers.
Yeah, he had over 350 goals for Rangers.
It's
a pretty good strike number when you really look at it and break it down. And to do it for that long and that consistently is, not many people can do that for that many years. Preki the same way. Preki scored goals his whole life. He's always found the ability or found ways to score goals. And I bet you 98% of them were scored with his left foot.
Doing it both ways. And you look, these kind of guys, that bullish, kind of aggressive attitude of the way that you need to score goals, they've brought it to their coaching styles as well.
Yeah, two competitive people. And that's what you see in any really successful professional athlete is whether it's, ping pong or basketball on a Monday night, they're competitive and they're a pain to deal with. Good ball over the top. Uvi Sayan is going to make it difficult.
And Sacramento trying to recover.
Deal with the counterattack here.
It would be interesting to see the first 11 versus the Rangers when they're in full stride as well, and see these two teams matching up. I mean, really to see what the Republic, what the Rangers could do, and a match that would set things to prime. Maybe you play this in late September or something, and what a match that would probably be between these two squads who appear to have a little bit of a similar style. I mean, almost the Rangers attack a little bit more maybe the Republic too. Republic like to spread things out a little bit, but here is a run, attack, and kept on the ground, and Jakubek just watches it. That was a dangerous ball, the far left post.
Yeah, that didn't miss by much. Looks like it might even taken a deflection. But, Rangers they're fully fit now. They've been in camp for over a month. I don't think fitness is going to be any sort of an excuse for them, and I don't think McCoist would even lean on that as an excuse, but they should be fit. It's just a matter of these new players coming in and how they gel with the older players or the players that have been there for a while, which always takes probably about 4 to 6 weeks, maybe even a little bit longer. We saw it this year with Republic, and this team pretty much was started from scratch, and it took a good solid 3 months before these guys were really well done by Jakubek coming out there, big paw on that thing. But it took them, 3 months for them to really start gelling and playing well together. And that's just the way things work. You got to train every day in and day out with each other, learn each other's tendencies, and build from that stuff.
So Lucas pops it up out of play. And when you look at these matchups, I mean, against Ventura County, they lose 3-1. And McCoy's, he made them watch the entire match. He said, you know what, it was ugly. And there's, as much as the physical preparation, Kevin, you know much anybody, there's also a mental part of this. And you can have lapses. They were trying something new. That 3-5-2 didn't really work out so well for them. But nonetheless, you still got to go out there and play. And that's the one thing they did not do very well. Here's McLeod's kick, kept low. Tried to turn on it, was Miller. Still fighting for the ball is Hutton, who just checked in. Now back out to the outside of McLeod. Sends across high. A little header, dribbles into the arms of Jacobek, who will run out of the box. Almost a soft header there, Kevin. It seems that Rangers had a pretty good play in there.
Yeah, he might have been taking a few steps away from goal. It's hard to get any power on it when you're moving away from goal. If you're moving towards the goal, you'll be able to get a little bit of pace on that thing. So just kind of bounces right in Jacobek's hand.
Jacobek just sent it out of play. He was asking for some help. No one was really moving much. And Evasian was the intended target before it went out the touchline.
Evasian's got to be careful here. He's definitely pushing forward, which is okay, but needs to make sure that we're solid in the back. And the gaps and spaces are taken care of.
John, who checked in a few moments ago, been a little quiet. Now a quick throw in. Looking for Bartolome on the run, or chase down. Zalukas gets there first, but now here's a good chance for Sacramento to get things going. Padilla will throw in, or will it be in Gonzalez? It might be Gonzalez, and then no, it's going to be Padilla with a quick throw in, looking for Jissy.
It's too easy of a giveaway. You know, we're moving the ball down in the final third, and a throw in, we lose the ball. We need to be a little more difficult, take better care of the ball.
Sacramento taking on West Brom Monday night, 7:30. If you don't have tickets for that one, better get there in a hurry. That's going to be a great matchup. EPL team, though, that has slipped a little bit. 17th, I believe, in the league. They were just missed that cut line before being dropped down. They were trying to work on things. I think they have a new coach as well.
Yeah, it must have been a nervous last few weeks in the EPL for West Brom as they barely escaped the relegation. A dangerous place for a set piece here.
Tickets are on sale now for that. Also, they play on Friday night, so if that works out better for you, get there in a hurry. Fun crowd tonight here on a Saturday evening at Cal Expo, Bonnie Field. Kevin Goldthwait alongside me, Rob McAllister tonight. We appreciate you joining us here for this match. The Republic taking on the Rangers.
Yeah, just under 7 minutes to go here. This is where good teams become hard to play against and can move forward and potentially score goals.
Beautiful ball, headed high. Still up in the air, and the chance for the Rangers is high by Zalukas.
And really the big thing is who's going to step up. If you're these guys playing right now for the Republic who aren't necessarily getting the first team minutes, this is where you need to step up and put your foot on the ball, make some decisions, and do your best to make sure that we don't concede goals. And I think Preki will absolutely take notice of that stuff.
Jacobek looking for Jissy here, but
so just a good opportunity for some of these guys right now for the final 10 minutes or so left in the match.
And again, when you have a goalkeeper step in, Kevin, when you have different four playing in front of you, I'm sure there's an adjustment there too. We talk about the players playing together offensively all the time, but defensively, there's got to be a little cohesion between that back four. You have a great back four. It makes your life as a goalkeeper very easy, clearly. And if these guys who aren't playing with each other, I mean, Gilbert, this is the first time he's played with this group here. I think Jacobek's handled this group pretty well.
Yeah, it's a tough task to come in as a new player and to play against a quality side like Rangers. And how each player plays against and plays with each other is always different. It usually, like we were talking earlier, it takes a while for them to get used to it.
And there's a whistle there.
It takes players a while to get used to each other. So it's been Gilbert's done an admirable job tonight coming in and filling in nicely, being being just a good solid performance here tonight. Nothing flashy, nothing spectacular, which, really as a center back, that's all you want said about you.
So a set play for Sacramento. Pretty good field range here. This will be Martinez.
Yeah, this ball needs to be driven hard right across the face.
Cammy Bell
Fine John.
in a stance. Sacramento already moving. Here comes a header. Delbridge over the top of the bar. Great ball by Martinez. Delbridge came flying through, and he just popped a little bit too high. Didn't get that angle right.
He needs to drive that thing down at the ground.
So for tonight, our Cape for Heroes, $3,200 raised. So they'll be able to make more of these capes for young boys and girls who are either sick, maybe possibly in the hospital, other type diseases. So a great event here tonight. And we want to thank Matt Graham for stopping by at halftime to talk about the Cape for Heroes event. Tower Bridge Battalion still keeping it going here. The crowd's gone pretty quiet tonight. This is a little unusual. I don't know if there's just the rhythm's been off a little bit. It seems not as boisterous and really as exciting as we've seen, especially Orlando City. The Orlando City match was intense the full way through. Despite no score from either squad, there was just an energy and intensity about the match. It's a little bit lacking here tonight as we reach the final minutes here of this contest against the Rangers FC from Scotland. You ever been out to Glasgow? Ever been to a match?
We had a tour there. We played Aberdeen, Ross County, a few other clubs. Those are my college days with Notre Dame. Our coach, Bobby Clark, is an Aberdeen legend. And he took us over there, his old stomping grounds, saw a few games. We saw Celtic play. A fun trip all together as a 19-year-old kid going over and seeing these big clubs and getting to play against some of the reserves and some of the other the championship level teams as Ross County was back in that day.
Avacian able to get it down, and I'm sure you maybe had a nice cold beverage.
Oh, yes, definitely had a Guinness or two.
Well, great. Did you learn anything on the trip? That's one thing when these international friendlies, it always seems that you players can pick up a few tricks, something new, and it always just seems to better the sport regardless of where it's being played.
Yeah, and the big thing when we were over there is just playing against professionals. As college players, you never really get a chance to see that, but
McLeod makes a move across, Delbridge header. Avacian trying to get it, but keeping it alive, the Rangers. Miller tries a high kick. McLeod rolls it into the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Avacian, he knows he's not supposed to let that thing bounce in the box. He had more time than I think he really thought. Jakubek needs to work on the distribution.
And it was Padilla. A little bit off tonight, and there's that timing, though, we talk about.
Right, and that's just something these guys haven't played together that much. There's a perfect example of it, but still, Jakubek, we got a few minutes to go here, and giving away the ball that cheaply. Now look what's going on here. They're right back down our throats.
Here's Sales. Out to the wing to McLeod. McLeod served a couple of nice balls here. Cross over the middle. Again, Delbridge. Adam John fighting for it. Bringing it up is Wallace. Wallace will serve as a point here. And a whistle blown. And this will give a set piece for the Rangers.
Another dangerous area for a set piece. Not sure exactly what that call was, but dangerous nonetheless. We got someone down. Looks like Martinez is down. Maybe cramping.
And these are blue jerseys for the Rangers. First time they're unveiling these are the brand new sets for them. So they've got they think they wore red against Ventura County. Here's a ball sent into the middle, and Jakubek came over off the line, picked it up, and great eyes just watched it the whole way.
Yeah, that's not as easy as that Jakubek made it look. That's tough. He's got to worry about that ball being flicked, maybe near post. And the last second, sometimes that ball will just slide and dribble into the far post. So good job, and Jakubek covers that back post very nicely, makes it look easy.
Shields has been a little bit of a problem for Sacramento as he's come in. Rangers send it wide out to McLeod again. He's been a great point man for them. Bender, cross, and able to crack it down into the net. The Rangers have scored. Jakubek tried to play the line. Delbridge couldn't get there in time. And they take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, just a simple ball over the back post. I think it might have been Law.
And it's Miller who gets the goal.
Yeah, I think Law might have taken it down, showed his composure.
And just settled it.
Miller takes it down.
And it was right off of what appears to be Black. I think like Ian Black may have got the tap.
Yeah, that was Miller. I think Miller showed his composure on that back post. I think sometimes you might see some guys get a bit antsy there and try to strike that first time. But not Miller. Takes it down, takes a touch, serves it into the box, and puts it right on Black. Black knocks it in for a goal here, and here we go. 91st minute, we're chasing again. Conceding in the worst parts of games.
And you feel like those substitutions were going to catch up to him at some point, and there is the whistle blown, and that will do it. So a friendly, not so nice for the Republic, as the team from Scotland comes and scores in the final moments of the match, and a great settle by Miller brings it down to the turf and just punches it through, and Ian Black stepped on there with a toe to get it into the box. And so instead of a draw, another friendly, it's another 2-1 defeat when it comes to international competition for the Republic.
You know, we talked about it with when we played Atlas a few weeks back. We were up 1 goal going into the 80th minute, end up losing 2-1. Here we are tonight. Go up 1 in the 45th, 46th minute, end up losing 2-1. And I think it might show, you know, that the team's youthfulness in this situation where when you got the lead 1-0, you got to be much more decisive, determined, and harder to score against to concede, because time after time after time we're conceding at the wrong points, the wrong times in games when you should be the team scoring. And I think that's something that if I'm Preki, I'd be a little bit concerned about. It's something that we've said before. It's time and time again, almost every game, every other game, scoring and conceding in the wrong parts of games.
Well, coming up on Monday, July 21st, 7:30, right here, West Brom, and then again, 7:30 on Friday, July 25th. You can buy your tickets at sacrepublic.com right here as you watch this match tonight. And with a bit of extra time, but it was right before that 90th minute mark that the dial struck perfectly for the Rangers to win 2-1. They score early with McGregor on a header, and then a great ball by Miller. You felt at some time Miller and Boyd were going to have a serious impact in this game. They kept pushing that back, kept pushing those back forward, and right there, a set piece perfectly.
Right.
And there's those late fouls. You said, you know, getting lazy. The goal wasn't tough. I don't know how many times you're able to stop a shot on goal like that, but you could have played it definitely better and not allowing an easy kick.
And I think it's simply just keeping the ball better rather than being a little bit panicked with it, kicking it up, trying to clear it. You know, being a little helter-skelter on the ball. And, you know, one thing I want to mention tonight is Delbridge and Gilbert never playing together, playing for their first time tonight. Did a pretty admirable job against Miller and Boyd, who honestly are two quality players. You got these guys were making millions of dollars the last few years playing in Portland and playing in Vancouver. So, you know, just quality two forwards up there. And I think, you know, up until really the 90th minute, they did a good job of shutting them down. But I think their class and quality came out in the end a little bit. And unfortunately for Republic, scored that goal, the game-winning goal, with about 30 seconds to go.
I don't think, just looking at this match here, I don't know if the Republic really tested Cammy Bell enough tonight. There's a few shots on goal, but I don't really think they were really that hard to defend. And they got one in, and that was nice, a perfectly placed ball by Martinez. But other than that, they didn't really test him. They didn't come around the box very much.
That's nothing. I think it's just going forward, moving forward. I don't think there was some consistency moving the ball forward. That final pass was always just a little bit off or wasn't weighted right. I totally agree, did not test Cammy Bell at all. And I think there's a few chances early in the match where we could have put a couple shots on target, made him work for a few saves, but, you know, here we are now, 2-1 loss.
Who impressed you for the Republic tonight?
Republic, I think Delbridge and Gilbert played well. Honestly, I can't stress enough that task dealing with Boyd and Miller, that's no easy task. And that's a tough night. I guarantee those guys' bodies are going to be beat up tonight and tomorrow. They'll be feeling some knocks Because playing against Boyd, I played against tons of players of that size and that sort of style of play. And that's always one where you wake up the next day or you're driving home from the match and you're like, what is that? You know, and it's just all these knocks and bruises that the adrenaline really pushes you through the game. But these are the guys like Boyd who they're difficult to play against. And you're definitely going to spend some time in the ice bath the next day or some time with the training staff getting some knocks massaged out.
Well, if you missed tonight's match, come back on Monday. Should be a great one. West Brom, legendary team. I mean, they really were something back, I think it was the 70s or so is really when they were at their heyday, but still an English Premier League team. I mean, this is one of the best leagues in the entire world, and they're going to be playing right here in Sacramento.
Yeah, playing in it's absolutely one of the best leagues in the world. West Brom's solid. They've been in the Premiership for probably 5, 6, 7 years now. And you're going to see some good soccer if you come out and watch it. And I guess the good thing here from the Republic for losing tonight, you get a quick turnaround. You get a chance on Monday to come out and try to right the ship and get a W.
And we'll see who's in the lineup. You probably expect the original starting 11 as they try to work through different substitution patterns and keeping guys healthy. And at this point in time of the game, I mean, or the season, you're working for a USL Pro title at this point too. I mean, these friendlies are fun, they're nice, they want to get you shaped up, give you extra matches clearly to try to gel as a unit, but at the same time it can cause a little bit of a headache as the starting lineups go for Coach Brecky, but they'll figure it all out and they're going to make it all work. We appreciate you tuning in here tonight. We appreciate the entire broadcast crew for checking us all out, and we will see you back here Monday night. For Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you watching right here on SacramentoRepublic.com. And we'll see you on Monday night, right back here, 7:30.